Bitcoin approval. And from there, we'll see where the money flows. I don't think we get a big alt season after, like, anyone calling for that. I think they've probably missed the move up, because we've already had alt season. We've had everything. We've had it all. And so the longer it goes, the more dumb money keep coming back in and keep like getting interested in buying shit coins, and the average person just starts to think about crypto again, and so they buy something. So the edge is gone, right? Total 3, I'm bullish on this idea, right? That we visit these levels and it's where everyone super panics. And if we go to those levels, I think it rejects. And I think total 3 is done now for a couple months maybe. Don't know if it goes up first or down first. Can't say, right? But if it goes up, down, or if it goes down, up, end result's the same, right? I think that's probably most likely. The alternative to that is a deep correction, where we go back to 400 billion or whatever. But given the demand shown on that dip, like that, these wicks don't happen by accident. That was not leverage buyers, right? That was leverage longs getting shaken out into the demand, the bids, the spot buyers. Spot buyers stopped that market from going lower. So people are willing to buy altcoins across the market at spot at these 450, 60 levels. So if it revisits, and it will, I'm sure it'll revisit, that's probably a good time to buy some dips, depending on whatever alt you're looking at. And like I said, that would take Solana down 33%. That's a lot. That's a decent correction for Solana in a bull market. Yes, it could go down 50%, but typically, I don't think it would. It might. Solana's like the ETH of this cycle, as people are saying. The equivalent move on ETH was over here. And that was the move that ETH had. It had a quick 36% drop, and that was it. Right? That's much more what I'm seeing. And that's kind of, if there was a potential path, if things got bad, it would be just to go back down to the lows, revisit, fill in the wicks or whatever, and then just set up a lower trading range. Where you're down in here. You don't get nice bounces. Everyone wants to target up here, target, sweeps, none of that, no. It just chops around, and then builds a base and goes later. But see, for alts, for me, if you have any alts that are setting up like this, just wait till here. Yeah? Opportunity cost of holding down here or here. Yeah, you get a better entry, but to me, that's like if you've got an altcoin that you want to accumulate spot on, and it's done this over the past few days, and then it bounces up, and then you buy this retest of spot, great. But if you're trying to trading, you're trying to time it. Right? That was September 20. We broke out in like November 20, so it was 2 months. The opportunity cost of holding all the way through this is quite high for a trade, right? If you're trying to catch what came next on whatever altcoin it was, this part's not really, you don't really need that part, because also you don't know how long that's going to be, right? We can see here that it was 2 months, but this could be 6 months. You don't know. So, in any case, high time frame, nothing changes. Still mega turbo hyper bullish. Low time frame, Bitcoin looks really good. Alts look like shit, which is what you want to see, broadly. Everything about this has played out exactly as expected down here. Moved up, consolidated, had a push up. It was too soon. We dipped back into the retest. Ended up getting a really deep wick. You can't, really nice if anyone caught that. Swept out all this liquidity. You don't know where wicks are going to go. That's why you don't. Again, using leverage here is dumb. And the big second wicks and third wicks you're getting, it shows you people are getting wrecked. People that are left probably got liquidated the other day. Get liquidated the other day. You've only got a small amount of money left. You try and revenge long it. You get liquidated again. It's just stay away from leverage. You don't know what you're doing. Stay away from it. Leverage is totally fine for capital efficiency purposes, for being able to trade like I teach in bootcamp. But most people don't use leverage like that. They use leverage to try and make more money. That's not what it's about. If you're a trader with a risk-defined setup, that's what you use leverage for. So if you're buying on this retest, price comes down, second retest, and you buy down there, and you're putting your stop down there, and you're targeting new highs as a trade, this difference, 1766, right? That's how many dollars Bitcoin would move to stop you out. But if you want to risk whatever, let's say you want to risk $1,000 on the trade because you've got a portfolio of 50 or 100k, right? If you wanted to risk $1,000, you'd have to buy about 0.6 BTC because it's 1800 price move. If you put 0.8 Bitcoin and it moved 1800 points, that would be 1800 times 0.8, right? Which would get you, probably actually get you over 1,000. So you'd want to put about 0.6 on. I think I said 0.6, yeah. 0.6. And that would get you to about 1,000 of loss, right? That's what it is. You multiply the distance from entry to stop loss by your position size in the coin, Bitcoin, and that gets you it. But a 0.6 BTC position is about $22,000, $23,000 because it's at 42k, right? And so the reason you use leverage is because even though you only want to lose $1,000, you don't want to put $25,000 onto the exchange to trade with. Because if you have a portfolio of 50k, you don't want to use half of it to put onto the exchange for many reasons. One, you can't trust the exchanges. Two, you don't want to have your money tied up where you could potentially use that for other trades. And so you put 10k on and you use 2.5x leverage. You still risk the same $1,000. So out of your portfolio, the amount you lose is the exact same. Risk defined, 1%, 2% of your portfolio. But you don't have to keep as much on the exchange. You don't have to tie as much money up for that trade. Because if you use 2.5 or 3x leverage here, even if you use 5x leverage, your liquidation point, if you used 5x leverage, would be about 20% away, roughly. So your liquidation would be all the way down here. You could even use 10x leverage, and your liquidation would be somewhere around here. It'd be less than 10% because of maintenance margin, right? So even if you put on 2.5k into your account, 10x leverage, you could open this position. You could open a $22,000, $23,000 position easily. You could put your stop loss here, and you'd lose 1,000. If it went all the way past that, all the way down to here, you get liquidated, but that's why you use a stop loss. That's leverage. That's it. That's what it's for. But no, idiots try and use it to magnify their gains. And yeah, it's not going to work. Because there is a game. Like, you don't understand. You should understand by now that there's a game going on. And the game is, smart money sits there, patient, and buys spot. Market goes up, they make money. They make a lot of money because even 30%, 40% moves, which is nothing in crypto. We see hundreds of percents moving, right? But I say even Bitcoin, a 20% move. But they're doing that with multiple $1 million. That's a lot of money. And they're patient. And they can wait and do it over and over and over again with a really high win rate. And what they do is they just wait and wait and wait until they see the open interest in funding getting crazy. And they're like, oh, idiots are getting over leveraged again. Because the impatient poor people think that they have to leverage to make more, to make it faster. And then this kind of stuff happens. They all get completely destroyed. The smart money just sits there with orders and just buys again. Orders all the way. They just have orders resting here. They'd have orders resting all the way down. Just constantly. Just waiting. 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 Oh, price up here. Oh, cool. That's cute. Doesn't matter because I'm long by spot from lower anyway. They were long from down here on spot because they don't panic when everyone else panics. And they're just chilling. Yeah, cute. You build up your leverage. Yeah, ETF approval, leverage, blah, blah. Smash. It's inevitable. It's fucking inevitable. Just go and look at the charts. Arbitrum has gone basically up only, right? But look how many crazy wicks there are. Right? There's a few here that don't even look like much, but they were deep wicks. Then you have the first big one. 1, 2, 3, 4 in here, 5 in here, 6 in here, 7, and then 8. So like the whole way, anyone who tried to just keep longing ARB over and over again on leverage just kept getting wrecked. Anyone who just bought it. Like I bought it at $1. Didn't have the patience to sit through because I don't like the thesis of ARB. Not that I got liquidated or anything. It's just a spot, low, no leverage position. Moved on to other things. But like Sillard, many students in here, we're all buying ARB at around $1. Now they're chilling with a 2x return. In not a long time, right? It was over here somewhere that I first bought. 64 days. It's not bad to double your money, right? People's fucking... their perception's all fucked up. Like, that's insanely good returns. Whether you think it is or not, doesn't matter. Because the billionaires who are trading in here and the millionaires who are trading here do think that's a good return. And if you can't understand that, you will never make money. The markets will transfer money from the impatient to the patient. 64 days to double your money is insanely good. And that's why it can take 64 days to do it. Now, if all the rich people agreed, no, for the risk that's involved with holding ARB, it needs to double in 10 days. That's why micro-cap shitcoins move so fast and double in a day or whatever. But the liquidity is non-existent, and the millionaires can't even play in them. Most of these shitcoins, if you've got... they're not even 4 people who have 7 figures. Until it becomes like Bonk, where it gets big enough that big players can jump in. All this stuff happening on Solana and all that, that's just 5 and 6 figures that can play in it. You couldn't get $1 million position. So you can play it for fun or to keep in touch with the ecosystem or for fucking whatever. It's just degen gambling, really. And they'll move faster, right? Those things can 2x or 5x in a day or fucking whatever, but that's because there's nothing behind them. There's nothing moving them. And there's no patience because they're just scams, right? They're going to pump in them. But the bigger something gets, and all of these are big, like all these coins now are multi-million, multi-hundred million, if not billion, dollar projects. The process of accumulation takes much more time. And it's not even that it takes more time than it used to, it's pretty much the same for any large asset. But if you're newer, you might not understand it, right? You might think it's very slow, but it's not really. So, that's it anyway. I think I'll finish here for daily levels with a little bit of a mini lesson. GM. See you all later on the live stream for Casual Fridays.